What's up, guys? This is Chaz the Chauffeur, and welcome back to my channel. And it has been a minute since I made a video with me actually on camera. Me and John did the coin video in like August. But today we're going to be back with an album review, which I was going to do one for Coldplay's Everyday Life album that came out in November, but I decided not to for some reason today. I think we have an even better album in store for you guys, and that is Colony House's Leave What's Lost Behind. Today I am with this dude, Isaiah, and of course, you already know the pro filmmakers.
The pro filmmaker.
He's been
world famous.
Yes.
I'm going on tour, guys.
So if you haven't heard of Colony House, they're an alternative rock / indie pop band from Nashville, Tennessee. They are made up of the two of the members, Caleb and Will Chapman, are the sons of CCM singer-songwriter Stephen Curtis Chapman. You may have heard of him if you grew up Christian in this generation or last generation. You probably heard of him. Yeah. This is his sons and their band, and they have been at it for about 6 years under the name Colony House. And they have 3 albums. This is their 3rd album, and the last one was called Only the Lonely, and it was an awesome album. I give it an 8 out of 10. And their album before that was called When I Was Younger, and it was an even more awesome album. It was amazing.
It was like 10 out of 10.
It was my 2nd favorite album of all time. So I was really excited about this album.
Yeah.
So how do you follow up something as amazing as Only the Lonely and When I Was Younger? How do you follow something like that up? Well, you put together something amazing by putting together so much stuff that you've done before. Yeah. Everything from influences from the Beach Boys to the Killers, all this stuff is in this album, and they really did something amazing here.
Yes. So we're going to go through and tell all of our positive opinions about this album. So one thing I absolutely loved about this album is just the idea of leaving what's lost behind to find the light, because maybe it's the hope inside that it's just a really cool idea. I really loved this album, probably more than they did, but I just absolutely love this album. It's just an amazing album.
So in between recording this clip and the last one, I noticed that the camera was a little bit off, so I adjusted it a little bit to make it a little bit more centered. So my positives for this album are really just that it has a lot of really good meaning behind all the songs. I really like the meaning of songs like Why Even Try, which we'll get into the track listing, but I really like the meaning of a lot of these songs. I think they have great melodies. I think the instrumentation is awesome on this album. It really mixes a whole lot of different sounds, and I really think that it has just a good theme running throughout it as well, and I really love that about it.
Alright, for me, a lot of the positives come from the fact that Colony House takes a lot of influences from a lot of different bands that I really do like and kind of put them together. And the instrumentation is production quality. You can see has grown in an insurmountable rate. It's pretty great for production-wise on most tracks. Some of them do get a little bit repetitive with how they use their guitar, but I actually do like how they use their guitar, and so it doesn't really get annoying. So I guess I really like the production, and that's probably my biggest strength of the album to me.
Now we should probably get this out of the way early, but we should talk about the negatives. And there aren't that many, but every album has negatives. And one of the negatives I found about this album is that there were a couple tracks that I wasn't totally into, like El Capitan and Julia were the ones that I wasn't loving that much. But I mean, honestly, Colony House doesn't have a bad song in my opinion. Even those songs are good, they're just not as good as other songs on the album.
So, for me, I have absolutely no negatives I can think of, honestly. It's one of my favorite albums I've ever listened to. This is just my opinion. The lyrics are amazing to me. That's just my opinion. So.
And Colony House, if you're watching this video, you probably aren't, but if you are, we're not trying to offend you by saying anything bad, because I think this album is awesome, but honestly, every album has flaws. Even my favorite album of all time has flaws. There are so many amazing songs on this album, and there are barely any negatives, and we're going to be spending the rest of the entire video just talking about the amazing positives that this album has.
Yeah.
So don't worry.
Yeah, it was a great listen, and it was enjoyable. I would rather listen to this album over 90% of other albums that usually come out.
Yep.
So
It's in the 90th percentile.
yeah, I mean, not much. You know what I mean? Not much better you can get than that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just realized that we're a little bit short on time, but we're going to go real quick through the track listing and talk about just the overall consensus that we have on the album, or rather a verdict, because we don't really have a consensus because we all have different opinions on the album.
Yeah.
All right, first track on the album is called "Looking for Some Light." This was the lead single from the album, and when I first listened to it, I was absolutely blown away by how good this song was. It really reminds me of "Lose Control" from the first album, which was a song that I absolutely loved. And this song is just really, really good. It has great lyrics, and I love how it builds up at the end and how it just kind of leaves off kind of at a cliffhanger. And it's a great opener to the album, in my opinion.
One thing I really loved about this song is that, like, the idea he was, like, putting in his head was when you're, like, in this dark room and you see, like, the door open with just that little bit of light, and everybody's just looking for that, like, little bit of light. That's one thing I really liked.
Yeah, it was a good opener. That's all. That's what I say. It was just, I mean, I don't really have anything to add on.
Yeah, we kind of took all of the ideas for what we were going to say for that one.
Yeah, I mean, that's just my general opinion anyway, is that, that was a good, solid opener.
We're going to say what we're talking about the interludes because there's not much to them because they're interludes, but I will say that they add a lot to
The
the album.
Runaways are freaking amazing.
Yes,
they were.
I
really
almost
well as
always
interludes.
hate interludes, and I find them annoying and lazy, but in this album, they actually add on to the album, so.
Yeah, it almost feels like they just fit so well on it.
If they didn't have the Runaways, it wouldn't feel like Leave What's Lost Behind. It just the Runaways are amazing.
They really are good. But the third track on the album is called "Leave What's Lost Behind," the title track, and this is one that I was pretty excited about, and so was John, because we got a little teaser of it on Instagram, and it was amazing. And honestly, my first thought when I was listening to this was like, this reminds me so much of the Killers' music now. Again, if you're watching this Colony House, I'm not saying that's 100% what it was. That's just the kind of vibes that I got from it. And since I love the Killers, and one of the things that's held me back from liking them was the guy's voice, and this is a band that I do really love the vocalist. It is a great, great song that I enjoyed a lot, and it's definitely one of the standouts off of this album.
Yeah. So one thing that I really loved was when he kind of like yelled in it, when he was like comes crashing down, that lyric. I absolutely loved that. I was so excited for this song when I like got a little teaser of it, but I absolutely love this song. The drums are amazing. Will, if you're watching this, you're killing it on the drums.
Yeah, vocals are spectacular, and production-wise, I don't really have any flaws with it. It felt very well produced, well mixed. I don't have any problems, really.
No, it's a great song. The fourth track on the album is called "Original Material." This was the second lead single off of the album, and this definitely sees Colony House going in a more of a pop direction. And when I say that, I don't mean that like pop isn't always a bad thing. It means that things are just a little bit catchier, a little bit more upbeat. And this is a good example. There are good examples of bands that are usually rock that go pop, like Paramore with "After Laughter" is a good example. And this song is a perfect example of a great indie pop song, a great way to go pop while still maintaining your identity. There's guitars on this album. Caleb Chapman's vocals sound awesome, and the melodies are good. It's catchy, but it's also, and it's a little bit poppy, but they keep their identity intact, and I really, really love that about this song, and I've really been loving listening to it, and I've come back to it several times since it came out.
I also just loved what they're talking about in that song too. Just like how in the video they're trying to be, having the choreography with dancing and trying to be like, all the other albums.
The video was awesome.
But I just want, like they're saying, I just want, original material. I want to
be yourself. I think it's best summed up by the line, "Why can't you be yourself? Why can't you be yourself?"
Yes.
And then in the video they take off the mask, which was awesome. I loved that.
Yeah, the main problem I had with the song was na 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 na, and it almost ruined the song for me just because I can't stand that at all anymore. It's just so overused and feels kind of cheap when bands do that. I'm not saying the band is intentionally doing that. I'm just saying it just annoys me, and then I can't get over that rest of it. Like it'd be a great song if they took out that whole part.
Yeah.
Because that is like for anybody that does any form of art is a relatable experience. But at the same time, if you add in some things that make it so I have a hard time getting into the song, then it just ruins it for you. So
Yeah, and like if there's any problems with the song, that would be it. But I personally don't have a problem with that. I like those kind of things. Sometimes it makes it a little catchy, but I can see how it can be.
I can see why.
I personally enjoyed the song all the way through. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's like not like their best song they've ever done because their best song they've ever done is like in my top 3 all-time songs. But I thought it was a great song. That's definitely one of the standouts off of this album.
Yeah.
And it could honestly be in my top 10 for them because it is such a great song to me.
yeah, it's a solid song.
The 5th track off of this album is called El Capitan, and this song is really interesting. I didn't really understand the title of this song, but I figured out that it's I looked it up, and I figured out that it's a mountain in California. So it's kind of like a song talking about what you would do for someone. In this case, I'm assuming it's about Caleb Chapman's wife or one of the other people in the band, their significant other, but I'm assuming it's Caleb since I think it was written by him, or at least I think. But this song's really good. It takes a little bit of a country western kind of feel to it, which is pretty cool, and the melodies are interesting. I don't think it's necessarily one of the standouts off of this album, but I'm really enjoying it, and I think that it's one that's going to be pretty good live when we see them March 15th. All 3 of us.
Oh yeah,
Excited.
also
Yeah,
calling
pretty
us if
excited.
you're watching this.
We're coming to see you.
We're coming VIP too.
Yeah.
So we'll get to meet you guys. So anyway, I personally love this song. I love how also what he said, like it's saying what you would do for, I'm assuming that's what it's talking about, to what you would do for like your significant other. Like I just love the idea of the song.
I like the ambition the track takes too.
Yeah.
It's pretty different from what they usually do, and I usually admire when bands do something like that. I know a lot of fans don't usually like when that happens, but I personally do. I like seeing artists' takes on different genres and how it infuses probably with what they're already making. So wasn't like McCoy said, it wasn't a standout track, but it was pretty serviceable and pretty good and enjoyable. You know, if I heard it, I wouldn't complain.
I think that proves that even though this wasn't one of the standouts, it's still a good song. That proves how good this
Yeah,
album is.
yes.
That some of the songs
So-
just overshadow songs like that. The 6th song off of this album is Why Even Try? And oh my goodness, when I first heard the song, I loved it. It's such a great song. This is definitely going to be climbing up my list of Calling House songs. I loved it. The lyrics are so powerful. The way the drums kind of work on this song just make it so powerful, and you really feel the lyrics on this song. And Caleb Chapman's voice, the instrumentals, it's all just so good. He gets a point across where it's like, I'm just afraid that it's permanent, that I'm permanently broken. And I feel that. I really just relate to that. It's one of the things I love about Colony House, is just that they are relatable. And this is one of the songs that describes it perfectly. I love this song.
I absolutely love it too. It's one of my favorites from Colony House. I think Caleb's vocals are the best. Some of the best vocals I've ever heard by him. And I like him. I really relate to the lyrics. How it's talking about how I'm afraid that I'm permanently broken, but I'm healing over time. What you can't do it on your own. How you just hold all the doubt, and you just try to hold it in on alone, and then you just can't. So why are you even trying to hold it in alone? I just absolutely love that.
Yeah, I agree. This song, everything that is contained in the song blends in very well, and it does like evoke some emotions, which I mean, and positive like relatable emotions, and then which is not something you can say about very many songs in general, and many art forms in general. Like a lot of art doesn't make you feel something, so when it does, it's a lot more special. And even if it's, especially when it's in a positive way, not like disgust or anger or whatever,
Yeah.
but like a positive emotion. So
Yeah, great song. I was laughing by the way earlier because my dog came out and I started sniffing the door. But yeah, great song. And after Runaway Part 2 comes Where I'm From, the third single off of this album, and this is a song that when I first listened to it, I stayed up till midnight to hear it for the first time, and I did not, if I'm being honest, I didn't like this song at first, but like it's grown on me a ton, and I love this song now. It's got great melodies and great music, and my dog's sniffing the door again, but yeah, it's a great song. I love the lyrics, everything about it, and even that guitar solo I thought was a little strange at first, but I think it's awesome now. It's really, really cool, very, very unique, and I'm liking this song a lot now.
For me, I also stayed up till midnight because I did stay up till midnight to hear all their music. But I absolutely love this song when I first heard it. The snaps are one of my favorite parts. Just an awesome song. I just absolutely loved it from the very beginning.
yeah, I love the song too. I didn't stay up till midnight because I did stay up till midnight, but not to listen to the song. But yeah, really good track. Really good. Yeah.
Very good. And we're getting a knock at the door.
So.
I wonder who it's from. Alright, next song is called Take It Slow. And I would definitely call this similar to You Know It in a way, kind of with that like upbeat kind of surf vibe to it. There's definitely some Beach Boys influence here on this song. This song's super catchy. With the melody, it went a different way than I expected, but I really liked it a lot. I really liked this song. Didn't love the like second half of the song where it goes into that like na 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 thing. I didn't love that, but even that part's kind of grown on me. I really do like this song a whole lot. It's a good song. Enjoying it.
When I first listened to this song, I was like, "Dang, this is awesome! It's a cool beat." And then the second half came on. I was a little surprised about it. I was like, "Whoa, wow, Colony House!" But I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I love how different it is. And one thing I was gonna say about the album is I love that this album they did some different songs, but they were amazing. But they still like kept that Colony, like
Yes.
it's them still.
Yeah.
But that's one thing I really loved about this album.
The 10th track on this album is called Julia, and this is definitely not one of my favorites, but I mean, again, this proves how good the album is that this is like probably my least favorite song, but I still think this song's awesome. I think the melodies work really well all together. It just didn't quite stick out to me like the other songs did, but I really do like this song. I think that it's one you can kind of just chill and listen to. It's got a cool little meaning. I think he's talking about his wife again, or maybe it's somebody else in the band, like I said, but good song. I enjoyed it. Not my favorite, but I do enjoy this song still.
I love this song. The melody, I love the melody. It's a really catchy song. I loved it when I first heard it. I love the guitar kind of in it, and what's those things called, the banjos or something?
I don't know what it was, but it sounded awesome.
But it sounded
pretty
sounded
cool.
sick.
Solid song right there. Yeah, solid 10th track. Okay, so the 11th song on this album is called Trying, and this is definitely another one of the big standouts. Loved this song. It's got some great lyrics. One of the lyrics, I couldn't remember exactly what it said. It was like, every heart beating is exactly like the heart inside of me that's trying, and I really loved that. Just kind of like feeling like everyone you can relate to people. Loved this song. I thought that musically it was really good. This definitely stood out to me a lot, and I wrote down that lyric as soon as I heard it. I was like, oh, that's so powerful.
Yeah.
Colony House does it again on this album. Just powerful lyrics, great music, awesome stuff.
I also love this song, and I just love in the song, it's just, we're all just trying to, get through life. The lyrics are absolutely amazing. I love the meaning of the song. Again, Colony House just never ceases to amaze me.
And after Runaway Part 3, the third interlude on this album, we get to the final track,
Hope
The Hope Inside, which is
Features.
an awesome song. What were you saying?
I think it features Will's wife.
Yes.
I saw. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, pretty cool. There's some other vocalists. I love it. It's good stuff. This song is really, really good. It kind of just brings everything together in the album.
Mm-hmm.
References the first song, Looking for Some Light, and like the last line where it says, I'm leaving what's lost behind to look for the light. Because
maybe it's the hope inside.
Hold on a second. So, if you didn't see that there, the video kept going. We got 20% battery running. But yeah, I thought this was an awesome song from a lyrical standpoint. Musically, it was pretty good too. I loved it. It's a good closer. They always close the albums really well, and I really like that.
So I absolutely love this album, or this song. I'm saying that about every song, but it's like my true feelings about this album. I absolutely loved it. I love the last lyric. This lyrics will probably stay with me forever, but he says, I'm leaving what's lost behind to find the light, because maybe it's the hope inside when it's all we have left. That just stayed with me. I just love this song. And then at the end where it features, when we first heard the announcement of this album that they're doing, they teased like the end of this song with the first post they made, which was like really cool.
And the ending of the album resolves, which they haven't done before. But I love the way it resolves at the end. But I love the way their other albums end too. They do it really well either way, but I like when an album resolves. Really good way to end the album. I liked it a whole lot. And finally, I know this video has been really long, but let's give our overall views of the song. We're gonna keep this short, but overall, I'm giving this album an 8.5 out of 10. So, that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Only Lonely was an 8 out of 10. I loved that album. When I was younger, it was like an immortal album to me. So, it's 10 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10 is very, very good. I loved this album. There's so much to love about it. There were a few things here and there. It's by no means a perfect album, but can you really get there in real life? Probably not. Every album has flaws, but the flaws on this album are so minor that it's really, even the flaws are like you can find good things in them, and it's really, really good. I love sound. The production is good, and I love the lyrics. The entire concept of the album may be my favorite thing yet. Awesome stuff. Overall, 8.5 out of 10, just like I said.
So my overall thing with this album was probably a 9 out of 10. When I first listened to this album all the way through, I was just like, it got me. I loved the lyrics and what Caleb is saying in these songs. That I think Conley House did a great job putting this album together, and the production was great. This is my absolutely honest opinion. I'm not just saying it's good because I'm a Conley House fan. This is my honest opinion. I just absolutely loved this album. I would say for when I was younger, for me, it's a 10 out of 10. Like him, I thought just something really special about when I was younger.
Yeah.
But this album is definitely up there with when I was younger. I have 9 out of 10. Loved it.
So last thing, Colony House, if you're watching this video, you probably aren't, but if you are, that's awesome. We're going to send this video to you, and we're going to meet you guys in March. We're super excited about it. And this album is amazing, and you guys just put awesome music in the world. It's been such an inspiration to me, and whenever I'm having a bad day, I can just throw on a song like Waiting for My Time to Come or Moving Forward, and songs off this new album like Why Even Try and Trying, that just make my day brighter, and it's awesome. You guys put awesome music in the world. And that's my last thought, John.
I just want to also thank you guys for putting out such awesome music. I feel like in today's world, there's not a lot of bands that just have the lyrics that you guys write. I think it's mainly Caleb, but dang it, I shouldn't have said that. Alright. I also want to wait. How should I start? Dang it, I messed the whole thing up.
Just say my final thoughts.
My final thoughts. Oh wait. My final thoughts are Just there's not a lot of bands that just write amazing lyrics like you guys do. You guys are just you guys these songs just like bring me at peace. It just makes me happy. I really relate to the lyrics, and I can't wait to meet you guys. And I just love this band.
And that will bring us to a close. Awesome album, like I said, and thank you for watching. Colony House, thank you for watching this video. And leave a like, leave a comment, whatever. And thank you for watching, like I said. And we will see you next time.
Subscribe to me.
Subscribe to the Pro Filmmakers as well. Link in the description.
I'm about to make a video right now.
Yes, he's about to make a video, so.
See ya. Goodbye. I'm gonna meet you, Colony.